It's Thursday, my dudes. What's going on? I am Go VR Go Home. Welcome to Third Rail Thursdays, the once a week, every week show where we do everything model train related. This week is supposed to be Dave's week, Dave Co, but he's going to be busy next week getting his nails done. So I thought I'd take the first week and then we'll be over on his channel next week. And then next month we'll go back to normal, probably. But yeah, good day, everyone. Hello, Bubs and Chad and Shane and James and Dwight and Luca, Mark, Roger, Heath. How's it going, everybody? So we're going to do some work on the layout today. But before we do, surprise mail call. That's right, I've got a box of stuff here. And it's new stuff that just came in. And yeah, I'm going to open it here and we can take a look and scooch back a little bit. The normal that I'm referring to anyways, because we're still, you know, Ontario's still messed up. So what I'm referring to is that I normally have the second week of the month, but we're in the first week. Normally it's Dave the first week. Next month, he'll be back on the first week and I'll be back to the second week. So that's the only normal I know. So I was like sitting in front of my computer device or phone for a good majority of the week because I did place this order and I was like watching it move just like most of my other packages here. It'll, you know, take 3 days or it'll take 4 days and whatnot. And then this showed up literally what feels like last minute. It was like 4:30, so 3.5 hours ago. Better late than never, I guess. Seems to be the trend with me anyways. I'm gonna, it's right here. Hey, Brian. Thanks for joining us. So I placed I'm going to say it's a decent order at Otter Valley early on in the week. First off, because they got a whole bunch of new stuff in. Second of all, because I like buying stuff. And third of all, because I knew I was going to be doing this. And I know that I usually need stuff to do. So there's a number of things here, including bubble wrap, but I'm not going to play with that on camera. Not today, anyways. Alrighty. What do we have here? That's a lot of plastic. Okay. Now this one might be irrelevant for today, but I got another number 8 Insel Frog. I got a number right. I got no, this one, yeah, this one's a right one. I got a left-hand one a couple of weeks ago for my second level. Turns out I needed the other way. So I just got this one and I'll use that number 8 for the top level. But yeah, so that's here. That's ready to go for when I get lumber. And I got some fine brown ballast. I've been getting this in the little bags, and I just noticed that they had the container. Much better value to get something like this, and I needed more for my main line, so I got a container of it. I'm gonna save the best thing for last, because I'm like that. I needed another set of fences. This is the chain link fence to continue right along here, go that way. So that'll go that way. And okay. So the cool beans stuff now. So these literally just hit shelves and I was like, I need to get this because I've been pining over this for like a good year or so as soon as they were announced. The Woodland Scenics double crossbar utility system. and they're pre-wired. They're pre-wired telephone poles, basically. So I want to try them out. I want to give you my honest opinion and see if it is actually as easy as they make it look. Yeah, you pay a little bit more to have something like that, but worth it, right? Like the telephone poles look like they're wood, you know, and you got the strings. I don't have to fiddle with strings really. And these also go with the utility system. This is the transformer connection set. Very nice. And you get a couple of things in there for that. These, you know, you can connect to houses and whatnot, which is perfect because I've got a building here that I'll be able to connect it to. And before I open up the last one, I see here deep down inside there is a cute little thank you envelope. Ugh. With my bill on it that, again, I have to hide from my wife. Not too bad. And then, of course, the Otter Valley card. Got like a stack of those now. And it says, thank you for always coming back, Otter Valley. It's nice that they take the time to write you a little message. Okay, and the last thing. There's one thing here left. Ugh. Whoops. Sorry, kitty. Put stuff back in there. Okay. Inside that box is a smaller box. And inside this box will probably be an even smaller box. And then so on and so forth. Just kidding. No, this is actually, oh, that's neat. Oh, wow. No wonder. Okay, so this here, I'm pretty sure this is new. I haven't seen these, but Otter Valley just got like a bunch of these in. I got to be careful because it looks to be fragile, even though it's in the case. This is a utility system. That looks really nice. It's already weathered and built and strung. That's nice. And yeah, it comes with a little, there's like a little shack there, and then the main, you know, utility system. That is really cool. Cool beans. That's going to go over there, and then we can place it, and then we'll be able to put the ballast around it so that it looks nice. And it's obviously it's well protected. You saw it was in that other box, and then it's in here as well, like shaking it. So yeah, that's nice. I've never bought anything pre-built before because, you know, it takes the fun out of it. So I like to build my own stuff, but that's okay. That's okay. I saw this and I was like, oh, that's nice. I want that. So that's the story behind that. How do I even get this? Oh, it's stapled. That's right. Comes in a cat-proof case. Ugh. More like a crisp-proof case. Can't get in this thing. Ugh. Okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hopefully it doesn't really on all sides. Ugh. Oh, the house is loose. The house is loose. Ugh. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have not done that. If it looks like I'm struggling, it's because I am. Okay. I think I got this. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot a side. Oh, Okay, never mind. Or did I? Oh, God. Okay, so there's one building. And, yeah. Oh, Mark, you got to wait for the layout update video in order for me to tell you about that. But there's lots that I have been busy doing, a lot of electronic stuff, and also, which I can kind of get into while I'm doing this, the jokes. If some people don't get the reference to some of the jokes, normally I do a build on Sunday mornings, and I was incredibly late this past Sunday, where I had pushed it to 12 o'clock, and then I showed up at 12:30, because we are adopting a cat, and we had to go to an interview because there's this whole interview process, right, to adopt a cat. And it's not just any cat. This cat was it's a foster cat. He's under a year old, and he was in a car accident. He was hit by a car, and he lost his, I want to say, his left eye from that accident. And we had donated to help pay for his medical bills. And when he became healthy enough that he can be fostered out, my wife reached out right away and said, we want him. So we had to go for an interview to see if we're, sound of mind, of course, as if, we weren't, they give cats away these days. But, yeah, so we actually, I was obviously late and whatnot. And then, like, within 4 hours or so after us leaving there, we got a message saying, we really like you guys, and you can have the cat if you'd like. So we're going to pick up the cat on Saturday. But anyways, that's why I was late. And that's a reference to the jokes there. So, yes, I'm going to have another, because I already have one, Alexis. She's around here somewhere. And then the new cat as well. So tons of cats running around. It's great. And I'm still having a heck of a time trying to get this thing out of here. This thing's ridiculous. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to be very careful with this because it's delicate. Whoa. Oh, she ran away. She doesn't really, she doesn't jump into the boxes. She just kind of sniffs at them, and then sometimes she will, bite the box. Like it's an oversized cardboard chew toy. Okay. Cool. And there's an instruction booklet. Woohoo. Okay. Alrighty. So just take a closer look at this. So this is the power station here. Very nice. My hands are shaky. Cool. And then you get the little utility shed. I'm assuming it's a utility shed. I think therefore it is utility shed. My cat is very generic. Don't tell her I said that. So there's it's probably like a lot of them. The whole black cat that looks like they're wearing a tuxedo, and they've got the black sleeves, but then the white underside, Oh, yeah, there's a little door, high voltage. That's kind of neat. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, it's pre-weathered and everything. I like that. One last thing for me to do. And this will go over there. I'm just going to check to see if there's anything important here that I need to know. Like if this will catch fire. Single crossbar. Control shed is what they call it. Cool. Power in. So these are the power ins. Power out is this thing. Or is it this? No, this. All right. Okay, so it literally tells you how it works, except for the fact that it doesn't do a thing. Just for, setup purposes, it tells you how it works. So what I will do, because we're going to be working over here, probably going to move the camera closer this way so we can take a look at everything and whatnot. Okay. So that was a fun mail call. I like getting stuff in the mail. Sorry about the motion. Whoop. Come on. There we go. Now it's untangled. Great. Oh. Guess I should have seen that one coming, huh? Oh well. All right. Let's just put you back right there. Get a little bit closer. Okay, perfect. That works. Works for me. Now, and hopefully I can scoot this over so I can read the chat. Alrighty. So, this is basically what I've been working on this past, I'm going to say a couple of weeks. Yeah, my road crossing here is done. You guys might have seen some of the pictures that I posted if you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook. These here are matchsticks that I've glued together, I've sanded down, and they are now in place. Like, yeah, neat. And cars freely go through there. There's no issues. I like it when things work and it comes together and there's no issues. So I'm going to end up doing something like this here, where that power station goes there. Or something like that. And then the fence will block it off and whatnot. Yeah, because I can use the fence for some of that too. So, where is the fence? There it is. So I've also done a lot of cleaning over the past week as well. A major reason for that is because of the cat. And I had a lot of wires hanging down under the layout, which are now up. And, just trying to overall make it safer down here so that there's no issues when the cat comes. All right. You guys have seen these fences before. These are really nice. I like these a lot better than the Walthall rods. The mesh and then, yeah, it usually turns out not great. So I like the fact that I can just kind of put these together and then that's it. So. I'm just trying to figure out here how these will go. Now that land is much lower. And that might be something I have to do with like a bit more patience and like no one watching. Because, yeah, that might take a bit and I might need some extra tools. Oop, there's another one. Now my road is a little dark as well, but I do want to finish everything else around it before I correct that. I also have this stuff here, which I'm going to do a bit of. This is gravel and fine buff that's from Woodland Scenics, and we're going to crack that open. We're going to do like some dirt on the side of the road there. And then I've got my static grass applicator, my Static King, and I'm going to also do this area and do a bit in here. And then I have some trees that are cooking right now, and I'm going to put the trees in there as well. Yep, it's going to be a good time. Good time. Also, just for kicks, I put in a bar. You guys can't see that here. And we're going to count how many times tonight I actually smoke my head off of it. Because even though it's, at a decent height where I shouldn't be smoking my head off of it, I still do because I forget it's there because it's that new. So, yeah, we're going to count and see how many times I actually hit my head off of this thing. So this is like a dirt here. I've never used this before, so this is going to be interesting. It's more of a powder. But it literally looks, I'm going to show you guys, it literally looks like a little pile of dirt. Okay, whatever, that's, I got a lot in there. Garbage. Okay. So yeah, the dirt, like it looks like little crumples of dirt. And then we've got this this buff here, which is good for roadside. So how do I do this? How do I? And thinking I will need a brush. Okay, we'll use this one. And I've got some white glue. So check this out. So I was at the dollar store today, and I got some white glue. Now, when they block stuff off in stores, this is how weird it gets, because there's two different types of glue. There's this white glue, and then there's the one that I normally get, which looks like this. See the difference? Obviously, it's Elmer's versus dollar store glue, right? It's the exact same thing. It tastes the same and everything. But one was on one side of the aisle and one was on the other. And that's basically the biggest difference here, because I was allowed to buy one, but not the other, which is also weird, right? So, yeah, very, very strange. And I was told that I'm not allowed to buy it because it's craft supplies. Yet I walk out with glue that I'm using for crafts. Again, very, very, very strange. But whatever. I'm not going to fight it. But yeah, super odd, if you ask me. Wow, this brush sucks. Hopefully the tip doesn't come off of there. Okay, so I'm just doing this right up to the street or the road. And there was a bit of loose grass there, but nothing too crazy. And now the one thing that I am missing here that I know that I definitely want would be some roadside junction box. And that'll be for the signals once I put the signals in. Okay, now I like it because it slopes down, and I made sure to make the road a little bit higher than where that lands for that specific reason. It's not always flat, it's not always going to be. And I don't know if this just goes on here or what. Okay, I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that in here. All the loose stuff. And I'm going to do a bit more of the actual ballast here. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of signals yet, but I know I definitely want like crossing signals, but we'll see. We'll see what we can come up with. Now that this area is basically, Dunsky, well, the road anyways, I can definitely do this stuff where I couldn't before. So it's more of a sand than anything, but still looks good. Whoa. Well, not terrible. Just going to do a little bit in between the rails as well. Just to show a little bit of consistency there. So in other exciting news, because I know I haven't really said too much, I'm too focused. I'm like, oh, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I have started collecting another series of buildings, which I'm very excited about because it's a set that I used to have a while ago, and believe it or not, super hard to find. But with the help of, I'm going to say, our awesome community, the train community, I was able to locate, I have 7 kits, 5 so far. Or 6. 6? I think 6, but I have 2, 3, 4. I have 4 kits. I have to pick up 1 kit at Larkspur, which is a train store out here. And yeah, so I will be starting the ethanol, the Walthers ethanol kit series as well. So that'll go really well with my steel mill. Not because they're, relatable in the series, but the fact that, one series and then another series, and I like to collect them all. I don't know why. I just do. But I'm really excited to get those kits again. I had them a long time ago, and then, things happen. I sold them off. I'm pretty sure you guys know who Inked Rails is. Brian from Inked Rails. I ended up selling the kits to him, and I think he's repurposing them. I haven't seen him do a video in a while, so I have no idea what he's up to. But yeah, last time I seen, he was repainting and doing some work on them, because those were some of my earliest work, and I feel like I've gotten better since then. I feel like I have, anyways. But yeah, so I'm excited to get them, because not only are they long out of production, so they're super hard to find, which the aspect of that, just, it's, to me, it's awesome, because it's like, can't just go to the store and get it. Well, in this case, I can with one of them, but yeah, in just in general, it's hard to find. And scale birdseed, yeah, a little bit, kind of looks like it. trying to think of what else is new. Well, I don't know. I'm just chilling and Bob Rossing this the best I can. I think it'll look better once I add the static grass. I think that's where it's where it'll shine, most likely. Most likely. It's just like using just see if I can pull this little table here closer so I can see if there's any questions in the chat. This one is. You guys are talking about ballast and dirt. How appropriate. Now, one thing I also did with these ties is that once I sanded them down and I knew that they were good for, where they were and they fit and I can make the train go over it and whatnot without there being any issues, I put them into a Tupperware container and then I put a fresh cup of coffee into that Tupperware and I let them sit for maybe about an hour soaking up the coffee. Yeah, basically. So they are a little off color from the wood match stick color, I guess, whatever color you would call that. But yeah, they used to be matchsticks, and now they are rail ties, which works for me. And I worked it out because I was checking prices of wood ties to see how much I actually saved by making my own. And they're about $13 for a set. So if you think about it like this, yeah, I saved close to $40, I think. Now, Bubs wears cowboy boots. Which I'm pretty sure he said, but he has a specific name for it, where I just call it cowboy boots. Now, what was I doing? Right, I had to add some between the ties as well. This one doesn't have any ballast, so I gotta figure out what I was doing for ballast there. I should probably just continue that ballast inward, which is fine, except for the fact that it's in the other room. So, okay. So that's a dirt road. And I'm just gonna, whatever else, put a bit in here just for presence. Here we go. Spread this out a bit here. And that's fine. Okay, so I mean, it's not terrible. It looks like a road, right? Yeah, yeah, it's you know, I'm sure it'll look better once it dries, but obviously, you have to kind of soak it and then with the glue as well, right? Like it's got to take. What was I going to do next? Oh yeah, static grass. Okay, so I got different types of static grass and different colors, different shades, and different lengths. So depending on the area that you're doing, ooh, I wonder if this. Really? These mess up every time I turn them on. I don't know why. See, that one works. Okay, so why is this one going all hibbity-dibbity on me? That's so lame. Whatever. Okay, these are still... Okay, and then this is just a hand throw. All right. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've got different lengths. I just got this new one here, which is 12 millimeters. So it's a bit longer. It's like a field grass, which I like the idea of. So I'll probably do this up a little bit higher, and then I will do some lower stuff down by the roadside. And I've got a pile of garbage going on here. It's a good time. Do I cut that? Yes. I don't know if you guys have seen me do the static grass before, but it is fun. I enjoy doing it, and yeah, it's definitely different, and it definitely works. That's for sure. So I've got this, and this is my Static King, which is by Woodland Scenics. Lots of different ones to get, but this one here, I mean, I trust Woodland Scenics because I used a lot of their products in the past, so it's just what I would prefer. And I'm going to go right over top of my pre-existing grass because I really just put this grass on just for show, just to kind of see how everything is going to look and get a feel for that. And I should really have some like really watered down glue, but I don't have any on hand because I didn't mix it. So I'm just gonna do this in a little bit of a sloppier way, but it's hopefully it still turns out okay. I've done other things like this before, so it should be okay. And I'm not going to go right down to the rails with this. Okay. Sometimes people like to mix a couple of different colors into here. I'm not going to with this because this is already a pretty good mix. Because it's blended grass or whatever it's called. Just going to make sure that's good. Okay, so this is how we do it. So I'm going to put this just so it's right there. Turn this on. And give it a couple of shakes, and then obviously you want to just kind of get them to stand up. The shorter stuff I find is more effective than the longer ballast, or not ballast, the static. Okay, and then can I get that back into that bag? Yeah, it can be. It can also be a pain. Now, obviously, it's very hard to tell in this picture here where you guys are looking, right? Because it's kind of far away, where like I can see like a lot more. Okay, and I'm just putting some back into the little bag. And we're going to move over to some of this dead stuff. Whoop. This stuff is a little bit shorter. And I'm going to mix in some of the light green as well. And I want to say that this is 4 millimeter. And then this is the stuff is 4 millimeter as well. And these bags go a long way. There's like not a lot in there, but at the same time, there's like just enough to, you know, do a good portion. Like I did a whole hillside over there, and I still have like tons left. Okay. Can I get any more out of this? If I squeeze it hard enough, then it will come out. Come on. All right, all right, all right. Yeah. So we're gonna do this. So now, because there's already some of the section there that has been done, when I go back over it, okay, so let's move some of that. There we go. I don't have to go right down to the road. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I like how it lights up too to tell you that everything's cool. Or that it's on and you shouldn't put your finger in there, because that's a bad idea. Whoop. And I like to go over it just a bit more, just so that if there's anything that I missed, and yeah, I'll mix it in with the 12 inch as well here, just so that the color transition works. There we go. And maybe I want to add a bit more green, because that looks very dead. So I'm going to add just green. I like being able to play with these colors a bit. If it's too light or if it's too dark or whatever, then I can just kind of go back and go over it, and it'll Okay. I'll probably want to move down a little bit. I'm going to wait till all this dries as well before I do anything else with it. And then I'm just going to continue on here a little bit further. I've got another glue. Whoops. I always found that static grass is a lot more, I'm not sure what the word would be. I mean, I can say realistic, but okay, what about believable? Static grass is more believable than just the shaker stuff. Shaker stuff is okay, but I prefer the static grass. Yeah, you kind of have to give it a little tick, 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 tick when you're doing it. I don't really have much room under this thing because this thing is like a good 12 inches tall, so I kind of have to make do. Well, I'm not too sure about buffalo, but I do have some deer that I did get from miniprints.ca. So I do plan on adding some deer. And then when I do a river scene, I'll be adding some beavers, which ironically enough is right by the beaver lumber. So that works. Okay. You can definitely see them getting, sticking up on their ends there as you're going by. And I like to go over the section as well, just to make sure the things are still standing upright. Now, one thing I would recommend is the power supply for this. I am going off a battery right now. I have not had to change said battery, but you know, I can see how that would be a pain if you have to keep changing the battery, especially if you've got a large layout to do, and it's just not ideal. Yeah, looks cool. I'm sure, obviously, it'll look better when it dries, and I will definitely have to use the vacuum to clean some of this up. And I'm kind of leaning towards adding a bit more of this, just because of the fact that I feel like this is one of those things that you have to really play with. Hey, James. Alrighty. And do I do the front, or do I just keep doing the back? I think I will continue on with the back. And what I will do is I will just ever so slightly bring these back this way. Park those right in there. Okay. You can see like somewhat of a huge difference there between just doing the regular grass and the static grass. Do I like doing the static grass? It's okay. I don't mind it. Is it ideal? Is it an ideal situation? Well, as long as it's not electrical, I don't care. Because I hate doing electrical. I think I need to hire just an electrician to come in and do all the wiring and all the feeders, and this glue is very thick. Where's my other one? See, this is why I get the cruddier dollar store one, because it's runny. It's like watered down, I think, already. And the cool thing is I found some trees, because I had an old, and I do mean old, like old, like it's at least 7 years old. The module that I use for a lot of reviews and stuff. I finally tossed that, because A, I don't need it, and B, it's not up to the standards of which I can do, you know, like at the time, you know, it was okay, but now I've got an actual layout that I can use and that I'm happy with, and yeah. So I got rid of it, but there was some trees on it, so I took the trees and I have them here, and I might actually use some of them. They're from Bachmann. So that's interesting. Where? Oh, yeah. That ballast is kind of runny a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Let's switch things up a little bit here. Now we want to keep somewhat of the same consistency, but I'm going to add some brighter green in here so it's a little brighter. And I want to add a bit of this. Now, some people don't use static grass on everything, which is totally cool as well. I've got these big fields though, and I'd like it to be more three-dimensional, so that's why I use it on more. So that's just me though. Do I have any of those trees? I do. So these are the Bachmann trees. I saved them in a little dish, and they're wires. They have the wire to it. I find that you can And then, yeah. I don't know. I'm not very good with the trees, I find. Like, when it comes to placing a tree, I have no idea. I got to make it look as natural as possible. But at the same time, it's like, what's natural? I have no idea. But I'm pretty excited about this. You can kind of, you feel them sticking up, and it's really neat. I think I'll do a bit here because you can see it, right? Like that's where we're at right now. And if that's bothering you, you just have to ignore that for now. Like, I have no idea what's going on with these switch machines. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And it seems like every time I turn on the system, it either does this and I have to unplug or replug and all that. And it's nuts. I shouldn't have to do that as much as I have been. But, things happen, I guess. Nothing's perfect. Oh, and I did get some between the rails here, but I don't think it matters because there's nothing glued there, so it's not like it'll stay. Oops. There has to be an easier way. I've got it. Now I do have some other trees that I did prep just in case I can go ahead and add trees, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to wait for the glue to dry because I have to, like, for these trees I have to put like a little hole into the ground or where the tree would go. So I think I will hold off on doing the tree planting. Oop. It's only a matter of time. Just wanted to use whatever was left in there. I'm gonna do some of this. Make this stuff a little bit longer. Now there's also a thing that they give you where you can do like a half and half topper of the thing, but I like to mix it together unless I'm doing a specific area that's going to specifically be like dead grass or dark grass, or do a whole area of one specific color, But yeah, once I lit up here, just give it a little shake and then it mixes. It's a little bit more. Okay. Now I want this here, so I can do this area. And what I'm probably going to do as well is I'm going to do a tutorial video with the what are they called? The telephone poles. So I'll do like a whole unboxing or unpackaging video. It's not a box. It's a little package that it comes in. Yeah, I'm going to do an unpackaging video for that, and I'm going to put some right here coming like this. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can. I think I want to darken that up a little bit so that it matches the other side a little bit more, just because I used a bit more of the lighter green with the dead grass in this one, so I'm going to put a bit of the dark in, and then that'll lighten that up a bit. Also, this goes right up onto like some of the dirt here as well, so that's kind of neat, and it blends that as well. And then I'm just going to have to do something right in this rock area here to blend these rocks a little bit better. And I'm just going to kind of show you. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see the fiber sticking up there, but basically, yeah, that's it's all little strands of grass. Makes a big difference. So that's what it looks like now, and this is kind of what it looked like before. Ew. So like, yeah, like that's just shaker, right? Like I used like 3 or 4 different colors, and you know, whatever, it covers an area. It's not perfect by any means, but just doing, you know, the Statagrass, it gives it a whole new look. And I swear, I'm not like professional or anything, but it looks pretty good. I might have to clean some of this up like right here, but I've got the vacuum, right? And the vacuum will pick all this up. So we're going to ignore that for now. But just overall, like that hill, and well, maybe we can look at the road here too. See how the road looks, given that I did all this too. And I'm just going to wipe the stuff off the road as well. Can I get that off the road? No, probably not. Probably going to need the vacuum for that too. But yeah, that's let's see if I can do this. I also have to do lines on the road as well, so. And you'll notice that I did weather the rails a bit. I think I did it, yeah, like up to about here. I'll continue on with that after, but I really just wanted to do this area here so that I, you know, the rails here are all weathered, and I want to weather them before I put the crossings in. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out, and I'm excited to add these trees, let me tell you. And this power station, let me tell you, Excited for that too. But once I get the telephone poles in, which, like I said, are going to go like right here, and it's going to come to here, and it's going to stop. So I think I'm only going to be able to fit 2 poles in here, which is fine because, do 2 here and then do 2 or more somewhere else. I just have to get more. And then I'm going to have a little junction box over here, and then the little crossing there, and one it's going to be here. Yeah, then I have to weather these a bit more. Like I did the whatchamacallit, the coffee on them to darken it, but I want to really, roughen them up, obviously. And then the road is a little dark. It's a little too dark for my liking, so I might take like a very light sandpaper to it. But just to kind of show you overall, this is just the area that I've been working on the most and trying to, do as much as I can, right? So, sneak preview for how much I've gotten done. Track ends there. That's my second level, basically. And there's a piece of wood there. You guys can see that with the 2 switches. I need to put that in because right behind there's 2 tracks that come in, and then they'll go into those 2 switches, which go to the other side of this board. Also, I did put up this light as well. So it goes all the way down to there and just to there. So probably have to add some more lights there and up here too, but soon-ish time. But yeah, that's what I was. Well, that was a big part of what I was working on this past month. Just trying to get as much done as I can, keeping busy where I can, because still can't get to the hardware store yet. Not until like the 14th, I want to say. 14th or 15th of this month. I don't know. I lost track. And then once I can get into the hardware store, I'm going to get some plywood. And that plywood, part of that plywood will be for my second level. And another part of that plywood will be for my helix. And some of that wood will also be for my top level. Because with the top level, I still got to do, how much do I have? I got a fair amount done with my top level too. But it's mostly been about getting the second level and the track like locked in for that. And I did do a track plan for the third level, which is good because you gotta have a plan, right? And I more or less have a plan, so I know what I'm doing. Originally, it was just okay. So I gotta enter through here, and I need to have the tracks go in this general direction, and then exit back out. Which, it looks good on paper, but you have to add certain elements to it, right? Like there's one section where there's a bridge, and there's another section where there's a bit of an over under, so there's going to be a tunnel. And if it's anything like the first level where I have I have a triple bridge, and there is a tunnel there as well. So it's kind of a hassle, but at the same time, again, these are all things that need to happen in order to complete my main line. again, I'm still shooting for the September 15th. I'll be doing my Golden Spike, hopefully. Closer to then. So, so got a little bit of time, well, a fair amount of time, I guess, to be able to get all that done and solidified and basically locked in overall. Yep. Nope, I'll wait on that one. But I will add some of this one. And some of the darker stuff. Hey Conrail, how's it going? Tanner Man? John still here? Steve still here? Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support. So yeah, I made it to about there. So I think I'll go right about here. I'll do this entire section here. I know it looks like a lot of glue, but it spreads. So it's for a whole big section here. It's good because there's some spots here that the shaker just does not pick up, and this will do an even better job of that from the coverage. Oh, my cat's getting into the foam things now, or the bubble wrap. And we've got a bit here. Now, also, so next week, like I said, we'll be on Dave's channel, Dave Co. And I'm not sure what he has planned yet, but he'll be next week, so we'll be over on his channel. I will. Am I out of town? I might be out of town, unless I'm back in time. Hopefully, I'm back by 8 o'clock, but I'm going out of town probably, and yeah. So, or is that the following week? I have like the hardest time remembering everything. Is that next week? No, that's not. No, that's the following week. So when it's Mark's live, when it's Eminem Rails, when he does his Father's Day special, he's going to do a Father's Day special, I believe. Or it's not on Father's Day, but it's like, you know, in the same month. So that works. And I'm pretty sure he's going to show off the cool things that, his wife and or kids get him for Father's Day. Don't ask me how I know, especially if your name is Mark. And yeah, that'll be a treat. We'll get to see some cool things. I don't know what else he has planned. And I'm working on or thinking about how I can do a Father's Day live, because I normally do a live video on Sundays where I do my brunch builds. So I might just have to have my kids, my two boys, join me on Father's Day for that live. which will be a treat because they're very unpredictable children and they say the weirdest things sometimes. And yep, that's my offspring for you. But yeah, so that'll be, I don't know, I got to work on that. I usually like to plan everything out, but it's so hard to plan things when your children are crazy and unpredictable. Yeah, I think I should do the shorter stuff and then put the longer stuff over top of it. Yeah, that seems to be better. To be honest with you, just seems better. If I'm being honest. So we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna add a bit of that. Then we are going to add a smidgen of the dark. There we go. And hope for the best. Because that's really all this is. Really, it's good intentions and hoping for the best. Hey Tyler, thanks for joining us. I am doing some yard work. All right, here we go. Let's see if this blends better. And I'm just going over this lightly here just to pull up anything that might have fallen over. Yeah, I got a bit more there. Problem is that the shorter stuff, like the 4mm, you go through that way quicker because it's obviously it's very small, so the proportion and the area, you know. We'll take another look at this here. Again, just to kind of give you guys a, you know, a little bit of a view here. So this is what it looked like beforehand, right? Very flat, almost like, yeah, it looks very dead and not very interesting. And then when we add some three-dimensional vegetation, it definitely looks a lot more lively, more realistic. If you don't have a static grass applicator, I think you should get one. Just saying. I think everybody should have one of these things because, yeah, it makes a world of a difference in just, you know, even just this here, you know, like the shot. Yeah, very excited about this. And this is like, yeah, the side-by-side comparison. Minus the glue there, because that glue is going to dry and it's going to go away. So, you know, overgrown vegetation. And, yeah. At least this here is a little bit more field. It's not solid field, but it's, you know. But I feel like it's coming along. I feel like I'm getting there. Obviously, this took me, and depending on obviously what time you're planning on saying that I started this at, because I mean I did the unboxing and the mail call, and I had to get that out of the box and whatnot, and that was a pain. But then when I got down to it here, you know, about an hour and a half is what it took, you know. Tyler's asking if I get a steam locomotive, you'll get a static grass applicator. You know, I'm pretty sure not only will I be thrilled with a steam locomotive, but you will be thrilled with the grass applicator, static grass applicator. So you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. And I know I probably won't go wrong either because I don't know anything about steam, except for, you know, how to tell you what a steam locomotive is, like by the, you know, the 280 or 080 and all those number configurations. That's about it. That's the extent of steam knowledge that I have. Hey, Northern Ohio Railroad Action, how's it going? And Wicked Insanity, how are you today? Or this evening? So like been working on all this. I'm so happy that I got a large section like this done, because I'm just one step closer to adding even more vegetation and whatnot. And yeah, let me see what I got here, because I think for now this is good. I think I beat that horse to death. I've got my legs. I got some trees here that I pre-glued. Just gotta move this table out of the way. I'm just gonna show you how I did, or how I do this, because this is fascinating for anybody who's planning on doing trees, like their own trees, not like just buying a tree that's already done, because that can be costly. Doing your own, buying pre-made trees, yeah, it can be very costly. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring this back over here. Love that caboose. How do I get back over here? Oh, geez. There we go. Okay. Sorry about the shakiness. Sorry. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, I've got like a mess here, so just kind of have to make do. And I dropped the fence. There we go. Yeah, what a mess. Okay. So this is gonna be the last thing I show you, just for this evening. I'm sure you guys got more interesting things to do than to watch me put static grass down. Just kind of moving the stuff out of the way here, just trying to make some room. Spent all that time cleaning, and now it's messy again. In a matter of 2 hours. Okay, so I'm just going to show you here, because these trees are from Woodland Scenics, and this one's already done, right? So you've got your metal branches, and then I've got some foliage that I basically glued on there. I'm going to show you how that's done, show you how I did that, and you can do that as well. I personally use Hobby Tack glue. It's a very strong adhesive, but what you want to do is you want to put it on something and then you want to let it dry, more or less. Now this has been drying for the past 2 hours, so it's not completely, like, there's a bit of white on there, but it's stickier when you let it dry a bit. And I've got some foliage here, clump foliage, that I had more or less from other trees that just like fell off the trees, or when I did the shaking of it, it did not land on a branch, or it didn't stick to a branch. And just like that, bam. It's a couple of little different colors in there, nothing crazy. And in some cases, I will sneak into my wife's office and I will grab her Tresemme because I can, and give it a light spray. That helps it stick as well. It keeps the foliage together a bit better. Mind you, this has probably already been sprayed with that stuff. So, and there we go. Okay, so I'll show you. So there's it's just like a little puffball tree. A couple of different little colors in there. It's nothing crazy. And I've got some more clump foliage here. Maybe I can do another one. That one looks pretty good here. So I'm going to just turn this so I can get a hold of that better. And basically you take it and then you can, right? And I'll throw some on there. And you want to make sure that when you do put the balls of the puff balls or whatever, that, or no, sorry, I guess the glue. Yeah, when you're putting the glue on, you want it to be near the tips of the tree, not like the base. Like, see how I have all this? This has no bush on it. It's because that's not where the bush or the tree part of it grows. It grows on the ends of the twigs, I guess. You want to call it a twig. Twiggy. But yeah, I had to paint them brown first. See, it's an easy, quick and easy tree. And then just give it the spurts. And you're ready for the prom. All the little access pieces, the extra pieces, will fall off, but that's okay. You just collect them in a thing like this, and obviously I'm reusing that, so. Puffball trees. These scissors. Static grass trees. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. That's beyond my skill level. My iconic replicas via bus is supposed to come tomorrow. Yeah, I should get a Greyhound. If anything, they'd probably be sold out by now. Jeez. It's such a, such a good idea to get one of those buses now, more than ever. Now that it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, these are my bags of trees, and I've got lighter, and I've got darker, and then I've got whatever that stuff is. What is that stuff? That was just bags of whatever. So just put some clump foliage in here. And I'm going to do up 2 more trees. Because I've got 2 more that are ready to go here. They already have the glue on them, so might as well. Puffball. Woo. And I'm going to use these. I'm going to put them in that area over there. I'm obviously not in a rush to do that because I can do that tomorrow or whatever. This glue's got to dry real nice first, and I'll be able to just add them on there, and away you go. And then when I do my layout update for June, which I'm going to say is next week, so we'll do a June layout update. I'll probably have them in place, and you guys can see, and I'll reference this. I'll reference this live, so you know. Well, these are the trees I made during that time. That literally looks like a tree that's two different colors. Maybe one side is closer to the sun. Who knows? It's more visible to the sun, and that's why it's got some lighter color to it. All right. I'm just going to show you, I'm going to give you one more look at these once it's in its little, get in your holster. There we go. Oh God, it's stuck to me. All right. So, without dropping it, there you go. There's some puff trees, and they're ready for the layout once they dry. Yeah. And I'll be adding them over there. And because it is a little bit darker, it'll stand out a little bit better from the grass, because the grass tends to be a little bit of a lighter sunburnt kind of grass, I guess you could say. So hopefully it lightens up a bit. Hopefully. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but I don't want it to look like all the grass is dead everywhere. But I used a light green, and in some cases I used a dark green as well. So we good? No. There we go. Okay, now we're good. All right. So thank you so much for everybody joining us tonight. It's just after 10, so we went for a couple hours there. That's not too bad. I just want to let everybody know, if you do want to become a supporter, I've got my Patreon. Hold on. That I will put into the chat there. And there's different levels there where you can get shirts, hoodies, stickers, all GBO related, and that goes right back into the show. I do plan on doing a couple of different things coming up. I'm not going to let you know about all of them. And we're almost at the 2,000 subscriber mark, so I should be doing a giveaway when that happens. I can't remember how much I'm at. I'm like 17, just over 17 right now. And if you just feel like, buying a shirt as well, if you don't want to do the monthly thing, I also have a Teespring store. And there is that as well. So those are the links there for either Patreon or Teesprings. Helps us out, so that way we can keep doing this, and can demo some more stuff, and maybe eventually give away even more stuff, like the stuff that I'm using. I could give away one of these, right, as opposed to just me showing you how to use it. But I'll call it. So this Sunday, before I let you go, this Sunday we'll be back here for the Sunday brunch builds. That's going to be at 10 a.m. And we're going to continue on with the steel mill. I'm on building number 2. And that's the one with the coke oven and the quench cars and whatnot. I kind of cheated a little bit. I was so bored today. But besides cleaning, I did get this little guy built. That's from the actual kit. It's not painted though. I do have to do some painting, but I'm really excited to get more of that done. And it's up there. You can't really see it right now, but lots to do. Lots of building kits. And like I said, the ethanol kits are one's already here. One's going to be here like tomorrow. And then I've got a couple more on the way next week. And then next Thursday, it'll be Third Rail Thursdays over on Daveco. Then the following week will be over on Mark's channel, M&M Rails. And at the end of the month, we'll be back here for GVO After Dark. But until then, I've got a train to catch. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. And you have yourself a great weekend.